something amazing happens in the silence between conversations. Her heart starts to think about you. Today, we will delve deeply into the art of longing. In order to understand the psychological triggers that not only initiate and intensify longing, we will combine these techniques with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. By using the power of absence as a magnet that draws her emotions closer, you can make her realize how much she values your presence. We will navigate the complexities of attachment and memory, armed with Stoic teachings on self-control and emotional equilibrium. This method isn't just about getting back together. It's also about making the link you have stronger, so each reunion is more meaningful than the last, whether you're getting over a painful breakup or just getting back to being close with someone you used to be close with. Watch this video to learn how to change the void of absence into a strong sign of love. If this mix of modern psychology and ancient wisdom speaks to you, please like, subscribe, and join our community for more helpful material. This is the beginning of your path to making stronger connections and mastering yourself. Let's start with number 1. She has mental problems when things are hard. She is having mental problems. It's common for individuals to seek solace in familiar surroundings, particularly those who provided stability and support during challenging times. The loss of your calm, steady presence can become painfully clear. She will remember how you listened to her without passing judgment. Your words were wise, and simply being with you made the world seem a little lighter. Now let's take a Stoic view. Stoicism teaches us that we can't change what happens to us, but we can change how we react to it. In the same way, you can't change her feelings or the situations she faces, but you can change the memories she has of you by always being a source of emotional stability and wisdom. You become the person she naturally misses when things get tough. It's not just about being there to solve problems, it's about being the person whose calm and thoughtful nature made everything seem manageable. If you were the one who could make her smile during the worst times, or whose advice helped her find clarity when she was lost, these are the things she'll remember about you after you're gone. Stoicism also advises us to develop our virtues for others. In relationships, this means being there with understanding, knowledge, and a calm presence. These traits are rare and irreplaceable. If you're that person, your loss leaves a hole that's difficult to fill. Think about how she feels when she's having emotional problems. She will miss you even more when she confronts those challenges independently and reflects on the times when you were her pillar of support. She'll think about how you brought calm to her chaos. Your stability provided her with a secure space to express her emotions, and this is the type of impact that endures over time. How can you use this? Consider the emotional impact your presence leaves and strive to cultivate qualities that she values, such as listening without judgment, offering advice without being arrogant, and providing stability during challenging times. By following Stoic principles and being a source of mental stability, you naturally become someone she misses when you're not there. Ultimately, it's not sufficient to simply be present during happy moments. You must transform into someone who genuinely feels your absence. You leave a lasting impression, influencing her thoughts long after your departure. 2. She feels the bitter too. She feels the sting of loneliness. Picture this. She's sitting alone, maybe scrolling through her phone or watching the time tick away, when she starts to feel the sting of loneliness. She remembers times when she felt truly connected to someone, maybe you. The feeling creeps in during moments of stillness, and her thoughts drift back to times when she felt valuable, understood, and seen. Now more than ever, she misses that connection. The Stoic view is that loneliness can teach us about what we have, what's important, and what can help us grow. For her, when she's alone, she's probably thinking about how close she was to you, not in a way that makes her break down, but as a realization of the special place you held in her life. Stoicism teaches us that presence isn't just being there, it's really being involved. When you were with her, it wasn't just your physical presence. It was how you listened, it was how you showed up emotionally, and it was the real moments you shared when she missed you. It wasn't just the times you were sitting next to her, it was the deeper moments. Think back to the times you made her feel safe, like when you let her vent without cutting her off, or when you talked about your dreams. Those were the times she felt heard. Under the stars, those genuine moments of connection remain with her. Stoicism is based on the idea that life's experiences are short, but the memories we leave behind are eternal. It's not about constantly telling her of your presence, but about giving her memories that will last. She will miss you the most when she's alone with friends who don't understand her, or when she's in a crowd, but still feels alone. But as a Stoic, you know that your goal isn't to control her feelings or make her miss you. It's to be fully present and create experiences that connect with her on a deeper level. When she's lonely, she might romanticize the past, remembering only the positive times and ignoring the bad. But the real power lies in the connection you made with her. If you're honest with her and don't try to get her attention, she'll miss the person you were in her life, the one who filled a need that no one else could. That's how you leave a lasting impression. You make her miss you without even trying, before we move on to the next powerful idea. New ideas. I'd like to take a moment to think about what we just talked about. If you've ever felt the weight of someone's loss or known that someone is thinking about you, now is the time to stop. Stoicism teaches us to accept our feelings instead of running away from them. If this message speaks to you, please click the like button and let me know what you think in the comments section below. Whether you want to share a personal story or just type, "Presence is deeper than just being there." Let's keep the conversation going. Your voice matters. 3. She judges others based on her own beliefs and principles. We all compare things, especially when we're in a relationship. The important thing is to not let it control us and to understand where it's coming from. One of the first signs that a woman misses you is when she starts comparing other men to you. Whether she's dating or just hanging out, she might find herself unconsciously holding them up to the standard you set. Not a coincidence, your Stoicism connection caused this. We learn that attachment to certain standards or people is natural, but what matters is how we handle it. When she starts measuring others against you, it's because you've left a lasting impression, one that's hard to shake. She might remember your humor, your intelligence, or even the little quirks that made you stand out. As she spends time with someone new, she may think, "He's nice, but he doesn't make me laugh like you did," or "He's smart, but he doesn't really get me the way you did." These thoughts are a reflection of how deeply you impacted her life, and it's not about putting you on a pedestal, it's simply acknowledging the bond you shared. Stoicism teaches us to value what was real and authentic in those connections, acknowledging each person's uniqueness and unique contributions. She's reminded of that. While others might have their strengths, they can't replicate the entire experience of being with you, so how do you make her miss you in a way that's true to Stoic philosophy? First, be true to yourself. Be the best version of yourself for you, not for her. Live by your values and enjoy what makes you different without feeling like you have to prove anything. When you live with integrity, you set a standard that's difficult to beat. Stoicism tells us to be independent and not count on other people's feelings for our own happiness. Stoicism encourages us to maintain emotional distance from others. Being strong and independent shows that you are confident and stable, which are traits that stick with her, especially when she sees that other people don't have the emotional depth and maturity you brought into her life. When she begins to compare others to you, It's because of the meaningful connection you shared through adhering to Stoic principles, staying true to yourself, exercising self-control, and practicing emotional independence. By making an impression that lasts, you create a space where she can't help but think about what's missing without you there. Remember that it's not about forcing her to miss you. It's about living in a way that makes your absence felt as we move forward. Take a moment to think about what compass, comparison, and connection mean on a deeper level. As you interact with others, consider how you affect them by being genuine, honest, and moral. As Stoics teach, what others think of you shows how much you've had an impact, but it also reminds us to stay emotionally independent and self-sufficient. Ask yourself, are you living in a way that leaves a meaningful impression? Do your actions match your values? Do you lead with strength and self-respect? It's through this reflection that we continue to grow and understand the depth of human connection. Let's now examine the next step. She feels as though she has experienced 4 instances of neglect. The busyness of life makes her feel forgotten and unconsidered. We enjoy the attention we receive, but when it disappears, it can cause significant pain. She senses when you're not there to make her feel seen and heard, without her having to ask. Suddenly, her successes seem a little less exciting. From a Stoic point of view, this situation shows how important it is to be fully present in our relationships. Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control and embracing the moment. When you were with her, you weren't just physically present. You also offered emotional and mental support, which is rare in a world full of distractions. Your attention was purposeful, and that's what she's missing. You see, it's not about playing mind games or trying to manipulate her feelings. It's about embodying Stoic presence, even when you're not there. She remembers how you were always there for her when she needed you. That deep connection and understanding is now absent, leaving a gap. With each passing day, she starts to feel it more strongly. Stoicism instructs us to cherish our possessions while they remain and relinquish them when they disappear. Stee stepped back. She's starting to realize that not everyone pays as much attention as you did. You've created a space for her to reflect on the significance of your presence and how much she may have taken it for granted. Imagine her coming home after a long, tiring day. In the past, you'd have known how she was feeling and given her the right kind of comfort. A hug, a listening ear, or just quiet time together. Because of your absence, no one will notice her problems, and she'll feel the void in a world where real attention is becoming scarcer. The Stoics teach us to be irreplaceable by being fully engaged when we're present and letting that presence echo even when we're not. By doing this, she'll miss you more because you gave her more than attention, a rare, unforgettable connection. Consider the concept of presence and attention. How frequently do we truly offer someone our undivided attention, and how frequently do we recognize its absence? The Stoics remind us to be intentional in our actions, especially in our relationships. I want to know if this makes sense to you in terms of connections. What do you think presence means to you in your relationships? Please feel free to share your thoughts or simply type, "I make the choice to be here," if this word is for you. Number 5. She attends to her daily routine. She deals with regular disruptions in her everyday life. Disruptions in her everyday life. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how we as human beings are creatures of habit? We find comfort in our routines, in the small, familiar parts of our day. Now, what happens when those routines get disrupted? It's not just about the task being missed. It's about the absence of the person who was part of that routine. From a Stoic perspective, life is constantly changing. And these disruptions remind us of that impermanence. When a woman starts to realize she misses you, It's often because your presence had become a meaningful part of her daily rhythm. Picture this. She wakes up, reaches for her phone, but there's no good morning text from you. It's a simple gesture, but it made her day brighter. Or she comes home after a long day, expecting the usual conversation, but the house is quiet. These little disruptions, they hit harder than she expects. Each disruption in the routine creates a void, and in that void, the feeling of missing you intensifies. However, the Stoic truth is that these disruptions make her miss you more intensely. You aren't about playing games or forcing a reaction. It's about living with purpose and intent. You are the kind of person whose absence is naturally felt when you're present. Be truly present and have meaningful conversations. Create memories that leave an impact and be a source of joy in her life. When you do this, you're not just passing time, you're becoming part of her everyday life in a way that matters instead of sending a generic message. Send one that shows you care. If something made you think of her, tell her about it or ask her about a part of her day. These kind acts become habits that she looks forward to. Your absence disrupts these habits, making your absence more noticeable. Focus on being your best and adding value to others. You can't control if she misses you, but by being truly present and making positive experiences and connections, you build something meaningful. When you step back, she will feel the weight of your absence, not because of any trickery, but because of the genuine connection you made with number 6 when she witnessed happy 6. When she observes happy couples, you understand how witnessing a moment of pure joy shared by a couple can evoke a range of emotions, particularly if you've experienced a similar connection. It's not just a feeling, it has a greater meaning. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that this sensation of attraction serves as a reminder of our past values, a reflection of our shared experiences that help us recall our significance. Imagine her sipping her coffee in a coffee shop and watching a couple laughing together, totally absorbed in each other. The laughter might remind her of the jokes you used to tell each other, those light-hearted conversations that made everything seem easy. Or she could be walking in the park and see a couple holding hands, completely at ease in each other's company. That simple act of togetherness might hit her hard, reminding her of how safe and comfortable she felt with you. From a Stoic perspective, these reflections aim to foster a deeper understanding rather than evoke regret. They remind her of how important the relationship was and what it taught her about you. This is where self-awareness comes in. If you want her to miss you, it's not about chasing her or desperately trying to bring back the ideal times. It's about living in the present and being self-controlled. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself instead of reaching out to rekindle the flame. Stoicism is about being grounded, calm, and deliberate with your actions. When she sees you thriving in your passions, staying calm under pressure, and keeping your own space, it sends a strong message. She will miss you because you helped her build a stable life. This method is even more effective as it allows you to relish the positive memories without becoming enmeshed in them. As a Stoic, you know that things will always change. It's fine to have positive memories of the past, but right now it's more important to show her that you're content with who you are and that you care about your own well-being. She will become deeply intrigued by your actions, not by your words, but by your actions. Seeing joyful couples may become a powerful lesson for her in the end. Remember the bond you had with someone by living your life with calm confidence and following Stoic principles. You naturally get her to think about what she's missing. You don't have to do anything fancy or keep reminding her. Men who follow their own paths can possess great strength, which can aid her in recognizing what she has and what she is letting go. 7th, she goes to a social gathering. 7. She goes to social events by herself. Imagine that she's at a social event that you and she used to go to together, but now that you're not there, the once shared moments feel different and almost empty. Your absence becomes something she can't ignore. These events, whether they're a casual hangout or a big party, make her remember how much you used to add to her life. That's when she begins to feel the weight of missing you from a Stoic perspective. Because she's busy with events, her silence serves as a good teacher, helping people see what they had before. When you're in social situations by yourself, the difference between the past and the present is clear. It's not just about having someone there with you. It's about realizing how much you were present and how you made those moments better. If you were funny or calm, you made her feel better when things were going badly. Without you, the void is undeniable. She misses more than just your physical presence. She misses the emotional connection, the understanding, and the comfort that comes from someone who really gets her. Stoics tell us to value these connections because they are rare and important. She now understands that it was not just about having a companion at events. It was about understanding, supporting, and seeing her in a unique way that no one else could. The calm way to deal with things is to focus on becoming the best person you can be. Stoics tell us to take responsibility for our actions, our growth, and our character. Doing this naturally transforms you into a person whose absence resonates even more profoundly. You're not chasing her or looking for her approval. Instead, you're showing that you're calm and confident, which may make her miss you even more. You can subtly remind her of the positive energy you brought to the times you spent together. Post a picture of you having fun at a similar event or share a fun story in a casual way, but remember that this isn't about manipulating her. It's about being yourself and letting her figure out what she's missing on her own. In the end, if you adopt a Stoic mindset, focus on personal growth, stay calm, and enjoy the meaningful moments, you make room for her to think about and miss the unique way you made her feel. It's not about holding on tight, but about letting go of what you can't control and becoming someone worth missing. Before we move on, let's take a moment to think about how powerful absence can be in someone's life. Stoicism teaches us that by focusing on our own growth and inner strength, we create a natural pull that others feel. It's impossible to ignore. Have you ever been without someone and realized how valuable they were? I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments, or if this message speaks to you, just type, "Embrace my own growth," and we'll keep talking about how to get through these times with wisdom and purpose. She gets nostalgic when people are kind to her. Let's discuss a poignant topic that resonates deeply. The moment when a woman begins to realize the depth of her longing for you. It's not just about random acts of kindness. When someone truly cares about her, like when a friend is thoughtful, a co-worker helps her out, or a stranger is nice, it makes her think of the unique ways you used to treat her. But here's the catch. These acts of kindness trigger something deeper. They make her remember how you made her feel special. Let's look at this from a Stoic point of view. Stoicism is about knowing what you can control and letting go of the rest. If she starts missing you because she sees kindness in other people, that's not something you can directly change. What you can change is the kind of man you are and the lasting impression you leave in your relationship. You probably knew when she needed space or sent her a message at the right time to show you cared. These weren't random acts. They were genuine moments of understanding. That's where Stoic wisdom comes in, being fully present and giving your best without expecting anything in return. Think about the times you surprised her with her favorite snack just because she casually mentioned it. It wasn't about the snack, it was about you paying attention and making her feel seen and understood. When someone else shows her kindness, she may express gratitude, but she is likely to remember the extra effort you made. From a Stoic point of view, the key isn't to try to make her miss you or play her emotions. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself. These strategies are more than just tactics. They reveal the kind of person you become when you live with Stoic values. Bravery. By being yourself and showing up in the relationship, you leave a lasting impression even when you're gone. Stoicism also teaches us about impermanence, which means that everything changes and people come and go. When she sees kindness from others, it subtly reminds her of what's missing in her life, the special connection she had with you. But here's the catch. The Stoics would tell you to let go of her longing and focus on your own growth instead. Being honest will help you stay calm and believe that if the bond was real, it will show. Not only do you become someone that others will miss, but you also create a space where your genuine hair leaves a lasting impression. This doesn't diminish others' kindness, but it shows you understood and cared about each other. Your absence doesn't stem from deceit or manipulation, but rather from your genuine presence. In the end, her missing you is just a reflection of how deeply genuine care can shape a relationship, no matter how kind other people may be. Only you could fill the void that your unique way of showing love left. That's Stoic wisdom in action. Acting with intention and integrity leaves a lasting impact long after your departure. Number 9. She hears about your accomplishments. She hears about your accomplishments. When a woman finds out that you've achieved something significant after your time together, it's more than just a wave of envy or regret. It strikes something deeper, reminding her of those shared moments when you both had dreams and goals. Intertwined Stoicism teaches us that our path is ours alone to walk, and we shouldn't expect others to walk it with us. However, your success can remind her of the time when she was part of those late-night talks, filled with celebrations and shared aspirations, can bring back memories. Imagine a scenario where you've just landed a big promotion or achieved a personal goal, and now she hears about it from mutual friends or sees it on social media. Suddenly memories flood back. The times you spoke passionately about your future, the times she was right by your side celebrating your wins, big and small. Now she realizes she's no longer part of those moments, and that stirs something in her, a sense of longing or nostalgia. Nostalgia. You can't change how someone feels about your success, but you can change how you present your journey. If you want her to miss you, the goal is not to brag about your successes, but to show that you're constantly changing and becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. For example, you could post about your latest accomplishments with a sense of pride in your journey, showing that you're leveling up in life, embracing challenges, and growing in every area. This kind of success, which is based on personal growth and character, can make her realize what she's missing. She'll see that you're moving forward. By following this philosophy, you're not dwelling on the past or trying to win her approval. Instead, you're thriving because you've embraced your journey. From a distance, your success can serve as a reminder of your past together, prompting her to reflect on her decision to move away, and moments she ignored were chances she missed. In Stoicism, self-examination is very important. The Stoics taught that taking responsibility for one's actions and looking inward is necessary for growth. When she starts to understand her part in the breakup, it's not about feeling guilty, but about getting clarity. This clarity often enlightens her to the things she overlooked, such as your presence, your intentions, and the unique qualities that set you apart, bringing to light the extent of her misjudgment or misinterpretation. But here's the Stoic twist. Be patient and let her decide for herself rather than rushing in to prove your worth or correct her. This is not only about respecting her journey, but also about showing strength through your silence and calmness. This is the time to work on yourself and not wait for her to come back. Keep getting better and growing as a person. Being the stern ideal of self-control. When she sees that you're not desperate for her attention and that you're living your own life, she'll think again about what she lost. Stoicism teaches us that we can only control ourselves. By staying calm, patient, and true to your values, you create an atmosphere where she may come to value things she once took for granted. When she finally realizes her mistakes, your absence will hurt more, not because you tried to make her miss you, but because she'll see you for who you are, a man of strength, wisdom, and growth. As we near the end of our deep dive into the art of being missed, a man who doesn't chase women but instead draws them with the strength of his character will truly be missed. In the end, by combining psychological insights with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we've learned that true presence isn't just about being close. It's about leaving an indelible mark that continues to reverberate even when there is silence. It's about becoming someone whose absence is felt and whose memories spark a fondness and respect that time cannot diminish, whether it's during a breakup, rekindling an old flame, or just strengthening the bonds we share. Stoicism tells us to focus on our own growth and presence, making every interaction and moment count. This isn't just about missing someone. It's about making a connection such that it turns the quiet moments into a canvas of reflection and appreciation. Now I want you to think about the times when someone made you feel deeply missed and how that affected your feelings toward them. Have these strategies given you any ideas or inspired you to try new things in your relationships? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. If you liked this discussion, please consider liking, subscribing, and joining our community for more enlightening content that connects ancient wisdom with modern life. Don't forget to watch the suggested videos on screen for more on how Stoicism can improve all aspects of your relationships. As we continue to grow together until next time, remember that it's not just about being missed, but about being unforgettable. Thank you for watching, and please take a moment today to make someone feel remembered.